Hi, this is chaitali, bhamere, roll number 10. Today, here I am from a data analytics lab oral examination, and my topic for the day is data visualization with Python. So, let's see what we are going to see today. So, we have first we'll see the outlines. First is data visualization in Python. Then we'll see the exploratory data analysis using matplotlib or iris dataset. Third, we'll see the difference between variance and covariance as it's my topic. And fourth is also to give an example for me. There is the scatter plot of price versus age of the cars. So let's see one by one. First, let's see what is data visualization. Data visualization is a general term that describes any efforts to help people understand the significance of data by placing it in a visual context. So now what we know what is data visualization, so why it is required. So it is required to describe, analyze and summarize data in visual form, to understand data properties and also to find patterns. So there are various libraries, but I have mentioned here two libraries which will require for the matplotlib and seaborn. Let's see one by one. So what is matplotlib? Matplotlib is a Python 2D plotting library for data visualization and creating interactive graphics for plots. It is a plotting library which produces good quality features. It is famous for that. And there are types of plots in it. So there are many, but I have mentioned here three: the histogram, scatter plot, and bar plot. So what is histogram? Histogram is a graphical representation of data using bars of different heights. And when it is used is when we have to represent the frequency distribution of numerical variables. That time we use this. Third is the bar plot. And the bar plot is the plot that presents categorical data, either rectangular bars with a length proportional to the counts that they represent. And it is used when we have to do like frequency distribution of the variables. And the scatter plot. So what is scatter plot? A scatter plot is used to graphically display the relationship between the variables. Um, More precisely, it is a set of points that represent the values obtained for two different variables plotted on a horizontal and a vertical axis. And it is used when we have to convey the relationship between two numerical variables. Now the second library is Seaborn. Seaborn is a Python visualization library based on Matplotlib. It is built on the top of Matplotlib library and also closely integrated into the data structures from Pandas. So it is a Python data visualization library based on Matplotlib, and it provides a high-level interface for drawing attractive and informative statistical graphics. So the next topic is exploratory data analysis using Matplotlib or iris dataset. First, let's see what is exploratory data analysis. The purpose of exploratory data analysis is to convert the available data from their raw form to an informative one in which the main feature of the data are eliminated. And we are doing this by using matplotlib library for iris dataset. So now, what is iris dataset? Iris dataset, it is a dataset of flowers which consist of three different types of flowers, that is setosa, versicolor, and virginica. And like they have four different attributes or features. We'll see it. So this is the iris flower or iris dataset. We will see here. These are the four features or attributes: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. And these are the class label. So as I mentioned, setosa, versicolor, and virginica. So this is what we have to, like, this is what there is in the database. So let's see the code. So first of all, let us start importing some necessary modules and getting the head of the data set. So I have imported some libraries here. So I have imported pandas as PD, imported matplotlib.pyplot as plt, cborn as sns, and numpy as np. So what I'm taking here, I'm declaring a variable, and I'm reading the CSV file, the dataset file, which I have like uh, uploaded here. We'll take the address from here. We'll take the address and we'll place it here. This is the irs.csv file. And we'll take the head. The getting head is like the most important. This step is important because here we immediately get a list of the data, like what is present in our data set. So let us run this and see. So here it is. These are the ID and sepal length, centimeter. Centimeter are like this is the these are in the centimeters. So this is sepal length column, this is sepal width, this is petal length and petal width. And these are the species. Now let's see. So now getting the column for data set. So here I'm printing the column, like just to see like how many columns are there in our data set. Index type. So this is ID, sepal length centimeter, sepal length width, petal width, and species. These are the objects. So now here this is a very important step. Here I'm printing the describe. I'm here describing it. So it helps a lot in data analysis. Like this helps us to give us a count, like about the mean, standard, minimum, 25%, 50%, 75%, and the max. This gives the data very well and gives the basic stats of the data immediately. So this gives us the overall thing, like uh, what are the, in this data set there are 50% of flowers are like sepal length have their sepal length is 5.8 or less than that. So like this is what we get from this. Now here to know how many points are there, we'll take this iris.shape function. So there are total, it gives us how many data points are there. And so there are 150 different flowers which are separated into 6 different columns. So as we have seen here, there are 6 columns and there are like 150 flowers here in this data set. So and we have seen here some 5 to 6 of them. So now here to know how many different species are there. So we'll use this function dot value counts. We'll see that there are 50 species, 50 flowers of versicolor, 50 of setosa, and 50 of virginica. So this is what we get from this. Now let's plot the 2D scattered plot. Here I'm plotting the graph, scatter graph. On the x-axis we have sepal length and on the y-axis we have sepal width. So this is the plot we get. But here it is not clear that which is setosa, which is virginica, which is versicolor. So we'll plot it with color coding, different color codings. So for that we'll use cborn. I have set this white grid means we have this white one here. It is white, and we'll see on the x-axis we have sepal length and on y-axis we have sepal width. And this add legend. This legend is this. This one is the add legend. Now here the blue points can be easily separated. These are the setosa one, and Here, as you can see, yellow and green are the versicolor and virginica respectively, but these are like cannot separate so easily. So this is what it is. Now let's see histogram or PDF. We have seen what is histogram. For that, I have imported NumPy as NP, and by running this, we'll get this histogram where these lines, these are the facet grid, like these are the soft curves of the data. These are the bar with histogram of the bar, and these are the facets. Now let's see what is box plot. We have seen what is box plot in our presentations. So this can be visualized as a PDF from sideways. So on the x-axis we have species, and on the y we have petal length. Same we can get for petal width, etc. for this data set. So this is what the bar plot we get. So that's it for this. So the next is difference between variance and covariance. So what is variance? It's a measurement used to identify how far each number in the data set is from the mean. Variance is a great way to find all of the possible values and likelihoods that a random variable can take within a given range. And what is covariance? Covariance, as I've mentioned here, covariance provides insight into how two variables are related to one another. More precisely, it is convenience. It is covariance refers to the measure of how two random values in a data set will change together. Now we know this. Let's move forward. My fourth question was scatter plot of price versus age of the cars. So let us see this in the code window. This is the last question with the scatter plot of the price versus age of cars. So for this, I have imported some libraries. I have imported pandas as PD, matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and numpy as np. So here I'm reading the file in the variable cars data, the Toyota CSV file, and here I'm getting the head. So let's see. Like these are the first five plots from the data set, first five from the dataset. Here we have the columns price, age, kilometer, fuel type, HP, met color, automatic CC, doors, weight. These are the columns. Now we have seen what is shape and all this in our the one, second slide of the EDA. So now what is shape is like there are 10 columns and there are 143 um, like data points on this. Like there are 143, 1436 data points and 10 columns, which are distributed in 10 columns. Now let's see to return object with labels on given access omitted were alternately in or all of the data I'm missing. So here what we're going is, so like to omit the alternative uh, datas, we are doing this drop NA, and we're getting like, so now there are 51 data points in 10 columns. Now let's see the scatter plot. So as you can see here, on the X side, we have age on, and on the Y label, like on the Y side of the plot, we have price. So this is what the scatter plot we get. So and I have colored here green. Price, this is the price, and this is the age. So that's it for this. The other references I took the data set from Kaggle for the iris data set, and this is the book which I referred for this presentation, Data Science from Scratch, second edition by Joel Gris. Thank you.